I had to do the hardest thing of my life this week, which was step away and quit my job selling cars, which I have done for the last 10 years of my life. And I'll tell you guys exactly why. I have worked at Beyond Lincoln since I was 16 years old, actually 15 years old. I started there washing cars. I got an opportunity from the general manager to wash cars, and they supported me through my entire career, from washing cars to all the way to the internet department, to becoming a car salesman, to becoming the top car salesman, to allowing me to develop a personal brand. They supported me the entire way. But it got to the point where it was just costing me money to go into work and sell cars. My social media training company that I'm running, where I'm teaching dealers all across the world to do social media, has taken off, and I was missing meetings. I was taking meetings in the back of the parking lot. I was avoiding customers because I was going to take customers. It just wasn't fair to the Beyond Lincoln family to not be serving them to the best of my ability. So I had to make the decision to go all in on what I'm doing. So from here forward, I'm not a car salesman anymore. Now, I'm going to be making car sales content. I'm going to be going to other dealerships, making videos, training them. The content's not going to end. It's just a new chapter of my life that I'm really excited. I want to thank Mr. Biondi personally for allowing me to build this brand. He stuck his neck out for me a million different times. And I want to thank my old general manager, Jim Santamar, because without him, this would have never, ever started.
Just quit my job after 4 years. I worked at a Ford dealership. I worked in sales, and today was officially my last day. I didn't get fired. There was no bad blood. I said goodbye to everybody who I worked with. I shook the owner's hand, and I left on good terms. I've been working in car sales for about 7 years. I've made a lot of connections. I've met a lot of cool people, and I've made a lot of money. But at the end of the day, I've learned that money isn't everything. I used to love coming to work. I used to love what I do, and I got to a point where I just didn't anymore, and I didn't enjoy it. If you've worked in the car business, you know how demanding it is. You have to work every weekend. You have to work every holiday. You're there almost 60 hours a week. And even on your days off, you're dealing with customers, you're dealing with issues. You never really have a day off. I don't have anything lined up. I don't know what's next, but we're going to figure it out. If you're watching this and you're not happy at work, this is your sign to quit and find something that makes you happy. I'm excited for the next chapter in my life, and I'm going to take you guys along for the journey.
I just quit my job at Mercedes-Benz, and I promise I'm not about to sell you a course. I'm not about to do no coaching. Nothing like that. But I'm going to tell you why. You know, there's a certain dollar amount that I need to be at to be comfortable in this life that I live. And I don't live a high, boisterous life. I'm just a simple man. Just a young man trying to raise a family. I'm uncomfortable as fuck. I've not been seeing the results that I'm used to seeing, that I have been seeing in the past. There has been a shift. There's been a change. There's been an effect in my paycheck, okay? There's got to be a move that has to be made. You got to know when to pivot, okay? So that's what we're doing. We're moving on, okay? So I'm going to let y'all guess where I'm going. Y'all let me know in the comments what dealership you think I'm going to be at next. And if you want more content, you just follow Sean Sells Cars.
Yo, the car market is screwed. I'm at CarMax right now. This lot is completely full with cars, and there may be one customer out here. And this is exactly what these car dealers and auto manufacturers get. They are reaping what they sow. This is what they get for years of ripping people off. Everybody is drowning in negative equity. The interest rates are through the roof. And these cars are just simply too expensive. So what do y'all think?
People do not know this, but when you give your 2 weeks notice at a dealership, it's very different than almost any other job out there. See, most jobs, when you put your 2 weeks notice in, they say, okay, 2 weeks from today's date, well, we're going to say goodbye. But in a dealership, there's things that can happen that are very different. The first one is what happens most of the time. A salesperson will give their 2 weeks notice, and the dealership will say, well, that's great. you can pack your things today and goodbye, because they don't want to take food out of the mouths of the other salespeople that are there. And ultimately, if you're leaving, you're not really providing too much to them anyway, other than trying to make a couple bucks as you're on your way out. Now, the second option is the dealership will say, okay, thank you for giving us your 2 weeks. Now, depending on the amount of time that you really have, if you need not that entire 2 weeks, you're certainly welcome to stay here. You can sell anything that you want while you're here. And then you just let us know what time is best for you to really move on. And that's okay too. Now, that's the case in dealerships that really care about their employees. And that's the situation that I'm in right now. I'm going to be relocating to a different part of Pennsylvania. And that was the conversation that we had to have with management, well, very recently. And that was the outcome to it. Now, it really depends on the dealership that you're at. There are dealerships that really care about their employees and want to make sure that they're in a good space, whether they're working at their store or they unfortunately have to move on. But there are still a ton of dealerships out there that only care about the dealership itself and as a whole, and will tell you you can get right out.
Why do car salesmen quit so easily? So my philosophy is they don't train. They don't know what they're doing. And because they don't know what they're doing, they're not selling enough cars to pay their bills. It's not worth it. So in my opinion, if you're not making at least $100,000 in the car business, it's not even worth being in the business because you're going to give up your Saturdays. I get Wednesdays off, but still, I believe you need to make at least 6 figures to make it worth it.
Hello, what's up everybody? Now, the car market in America, it's going down. And you can also see from the videos that I'm just sharing on this channel that many people who are in the sales department for the car industry, they are leaving their jobs, they're quitting their jobs. And simply it's not just because of maybe they have bad relations with the clients or maybe with their employer, but just because of one thing, and I know you all know it: Trump's policies. Yeah, but again, I also say that it's not just the car industry alone. We also have another industries that are falling. If you go to food sector, we don't have we don't have that enough labor for this department, and simply because Trump has deported almost all of the workers that were working in those departments. And one thing you get to see here clearly, that most of Americans, especially whites, you really made a very big mistake. You made a very, very big mistake voting in an administration that had policies that were just going to be against you. Because from the very beginning, you were being told that I don't think this is what you want in your country. I don't think this is the policies that you'd want for a better country, for citizens to thrive. You know, for a country to thrive, the citizens have to thrive. I don't have to be pressed so that I'll have that strength to work for my country in order for it to get to that level that it needs to get. And this is where the problem comes in. That's why you see that China is also like almost coming to take over, simply because of this. America needs to favor their citizens, because without those citizens, then we don't have the dollar. And again, I would say that the mistake, it's for the white people, because I guess you were advised and you were told that don't vote for this government by black people. They told you that this government is going to be against you. This government is not the government that you'd wish you as a white person, leave alone black, because we all know that black people have been going through a lot ever since time immemorial. They've been through a lot. So leave alone the black people. You Americans, you white Americans, you're not used to this. At least for blacks, they can endure. They can endure the pain because they've always been through pain. They've always succumbed all this. And I clap you, my black people, for always standing strong. And so you were told not to vote, but you went and voted in the government. And if you look keenly, that most of the people who are really condemning Trump's policies are the white people. Most of the people who are really feeling the pain is the white, because they're not used to this, man. And now it's so painful in that they cannot keep quiet. That's why you can see them outside there. And I don't say that you don't need to stand there. It's your right. It's your right. Go there, protest. But I thank the black people. They are not outside there to protest because they did their protests, but in a wise manner through casting their votes. They were very wise. They did whatever they could. Right now, I think they are waiting for their time to reach and they can get involved in the elections. So white people better fix the mess that you just created. I'm not trying to create hate between whites and black. No, I'm not trying to do that. But let us be honest. You all saw that black people are always there telling you that you need not to vote for a government that will hunt your pocket, a government that will hunt your friends. Look at the mass deportation that is going on in America, simply because of one simple mistake. That one vote of another person, and the other and the other and the other. That's what culminated to this. And so I think next time round, people will get wiser and try to analyze the kind of government they are putting in place. These are my honest commentary. I don't know what you think. This is my opinion. I don't know what's your opinion. Everybody's opinion is allowed and respected. You can continue having this conversation in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Tell me your views concerning this particular one. I've been your presenter to Rain, and if this was your first time in this platform, thank you, man, for staying up to this point. Thank you for tuning in. We are humbled to have you here, man, and we love you so much. You can also consider supporting us by simply subscribing to our channel. Give us a like, share our content. We're going to appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for those who've done so. And thank you for those who keep on returning to watch our videos. This is the least that you can do to support a brother. I'm hoping to see you in the next video. Goodbye.